Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon with me, your host, John Garcia. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm just freaking out. Like, 10 tries later, even though Blizzard has a freeze rate of, like, 30%, it took me so many tries to get this Zapdos frozen. It's ridiculous, and I hate it. Like, during that time, the Zapdos got so many critical hits on me. The only Pokemon that I have that can reliably inflict a status that isn't, like, poison or burn or something else that would, like, kill it, are Onibi and Indiana. And they both kept going down to Zapdos' attacks because, gotta get it down to the sliver. Come on, Onibi. Not Onibi, I meant Vinterisa. Anyway, this is Zapdos. We gotta capture it. Oh my god, don't you dare crit, thank you. Oh my god. I mean, it's supposed to be easier to catch than Articuno, and I guess it is, but I just been having very bad... Wait, really? On the first ball? Oh my god! Hi, welcome to Let's Play Pokemon Blue with me, your host, John Garcia. I just got Zapdos. And legendary birdie, man. I'm gonna call it... I mean, it's a little birdie. I'm gonna call it... Tweet... Oops. Nope, didn't mean to click that. Tweeters. That's right. Tweeters, the ultimate Pokemon for your ultimate Pokemon needs. Yes. Anyway, so now that we're done with that, let's see, what else are we doing? My focus was all on that, that's the joke. Let's fly with me, long fly please. Johnson, fly us to Saffron City. Basically, for the rest of this episode, I'm just going to basically be attacking the next gym with all that I got. Or, you know, with the Pokemon that I got. Today is a very good day to talk about this thing that I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time, and that is the fact that this game is very broken. And one of the most broken aspects of the game, actually, let's put Vinterisa in front so I can show off two broken aspects, is the special stat. Now, if you've no doubt noticed by now, just by seeing like Pokemon bios, and because I've mentioned it before, Pokemon have 5 stats in this generation. There's HP, obviously important, because, you know, if you're at 0 HP, your Pokemon's knocked out. I mean, that's what most moves do, is, you know, deplete your HP. Then there's attack. Obviously, attack is important, because, you know, all your physical attacks, use the attack stat. I'm just going to fight every trainer in here, because we are sure going to need it. Defense, obviously, I mean, your defense against physical attacks. Now, the problem is, in this generation, special is 1 stat. And it's not like... It functions both... Excuse me, man, I'm burping all over the place. It functions both as your special attack and your special defense. So that's obviously a big deal, because what if you have high special? That's like having 2 stats, isn't it? You know, and any Pokemon with high special is both going to be able to attack for a lot of damage and going to be able to resist those attacks. And the reason I'm bringing this up now is because this is the worst gym in the game. It's much harder than the next gym. We could have fought this. We could have fought this like before we even got Rhinosaur. I mean, this has been a long time coming. I'm gonna switch to no, I'm not gonna use Rhinosaur. I'm gonna switch to Smitty, just so Smitty can Smitty. Look at that Slowbro. Slowbro is going to be a very dangerous Pokemon later on. On top of that, you've got, you know, the move Amnesia, which raises your special by 2 stages. In future games, raises your special attack, or special defense. In this game, raises your special by 2 stages, which means your attack and defense power are doubled in 1 turn. So if you can last one turn, or even just outspeed your opponent, you'll get it. And now we're finally letting Winterreise. Oh wait, no. Wait, why didn't it learn the move? Ah, crap. Why didn't it learn the move? I thought I was supposed to learn it at level 42. That's why I was waiting all this time. No! Oh well. We'll just have to learn it later on. I think it's going to be like 10 more levels. Crap. Well, here's the other cool stat that's really bugged out to heck and back. Speed. Now, speed's always been an important attack. The Pokemon with the highest speed goes first. So, you know, if you have high speed and get out a move like Amnesia, then your opponent, your defense is all shored up by the time your opponents are even, close to attacking you. If you have, no way I'm resetting the game to get Rhinosaur back or to get Winterreise back to a Meowth because, and I like Meowth's design so much better than Persian. I mean, Persian's a kind of cat already, and it just kind of looks like a cat. But speed, obviously, that's which Pokemon goes first. You'll notice the majority of my Pokemon are pretty fast, or at least like Onibi and Winterreise, super fast. Rhinosaurs are only like real slow Pokemon. Obviously, Pokemon like Slowpoke are slow. Get it? Things like Rhinosaur, not going to be that good because low special, not going to be that good in this gym. But then again, they also have high attack, and a lot of these Pokemon have low defense. So that's good, That's the one saving grace, is that a lot of these Pokemon have low defense. Now, the problem with speed, or not the problem, but I guess the thing that makes speed so much more important in this generation is critical hits. You've no doubt seen them. Nowadays, like in all the Pokemon games after this, it's like you have a certain % chance of getting a critical hit, and with some moves, it's higher than others. For instance, Slash, which I thought Winterreise was going to learn, but apparently, no, not going to learn Slash. Which has a higher than normal chance of critical hits. What critical hits do is they do double damage, just right off the bat, and they also have this thing where they ignore all your opponent's defense boosts, and so if your opponent's used like Amnesia a bunch, or I don't know, a defense raising move, you're just it's not gonna matter. So obviously a Pokemon with high attack or high speed is going to crit a lot. Or what happens is in this game, criticals aren't based on just a random chance. It's based on your speed and the move. So if your speed is higher than like a certain number, you'll always get a critical hit. And it becomes a lower number when you use something like Slash. So Persian, super fast Pokemon. Slash, enhanced chance of hitting. Basically what that means is you'll always get a critical with Slash with Persian. And it is absolutely incredibly imbalanced. And it means that Winterreise is going to be one of our best Pokemon. I mean, already, because, we'd waited for her to evolve for so long, and she was still, pulling her weight fine. Winterreise is not going to have any trouble. Yeah, these Rhinosaurs just too slow to handle these people. Anyway, so you've seen how important speed is, and you've seen how important special is, and compared to that, attack and defense, and even HP, aren't really as important. But there's the sad thing. There's the truth in all of it. This gym is the Psychic type gym. Now this game is broken in more ways than just that. The Psychic type. Hello? Sorry about that. The Psychic type, is the most broken type in the game. Sorry for that. Basically, there are two things that make the Psychic type very special. One, they have that high special. All of the Psychic type Pokemon have high special. Especially like Kadabra, Alakazam, and the most powerful Pokemon in the game, which we will see sometime later. I'll be sure to show that off. So they all have high special and high speed. Well, Not all of them have super high speed, but, you know, a lot of them. Enough that you start to notice it. You know, we'll be seeing a lot more criticals from here on out, and unfortunately, not all of them will be from our side. What were they sending out? Crap, I hope it wasn't a Slowbro. Because if so, I don't want to send out Onibee. Well, I'll send out Smitty. Oh crap. The other thing is, Psychic is an insanely good type in this. Psychic offensively is super effective against poison types, so that means Smitty isn't going to be doing that much in this gym, just because part poison, going to be weak against everything. And fighting types, which is why there was that gym next door where there were all those fighting guys, and they're like, no, we're not the gym anymore because they beat us up. Mr. Mime, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime looks really weird in this game. Also, has the hands changed, like, between games, the hands completely changed, because these hands are wrong. And because Mr. Mime just looks so creepy. But look at that, how good Onibee's special is. You know, now that we've got a decent move to show it off, I mean, nothing's standing against that. But basically, there's also, you know, Psychic's a really good type offensively, because nothing resists it. But it's also a super good type, as far as, defense. Now, the thing is, when these games came out, and even, like, in the anime, they talked about how there's only one thing that Psychics are weak against. Ghost. Well, there's a bug in this game. There are 3 Ghost-type moves. Confuse Ray, which obviously doesn't do any damage. Nightshade, which has a set amount of damage. It does as much damage as the Pokemon's level that's using it. And, Lick, which is an incredibly weak move. And, for some reason, doesn't affect Psychic types in this game. Lick is not very effective, you know, this is not very effective and all that. I'm just going to use Revives, because I'm not going all over back. Lick is not, it's not even it's not very effective, it's ineffective. It doesn't affect Psychic types. It's like, you know, using a ground type on a flying Pokemon. Just, no idea why. It just doesn't. And the other type Psychics are weak against is Bug. And guess what? There are no decent bug moves in the game. And the only decent, like, the only bug Pokemon that isn't also, like, poison type, that learns a bug move stronger than, like, Tackle, which, I mean, Tackle's not a bug move, but I mean, like, stronger than that move would be, is, what is it? I'm trying to remember things while I'm playing Pokemon. It's like is Jolteon. And Bug is a physical stat thing, and Jolteon has really bad physical attack. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jolteon's a really good Pokemon, but very terrible physical attack, which it doesn't need unless it's trying to use its Bug-type move. Oh boy. Raising the defense, eh? And we don't have any attacks good against you. Well, let's switch out to... not good. Let's just switch to Smitty, why don't we? But Smitty's not going to see much action in his gym anyway, even though I've already used him twice. Apparently, yes, Smitty is getting much action. But Psychics, so basically there are 2 types of moves that are good against Psychics. One that has no good moves, and one that isn't actually good against Psychic. So Psychic Pokemon have no weaknesses. No Pokemon resist Psychic. In fact, a huge amount of this generation's Pokemon are Poison type. Almost every Grass type is also Poison type. A lot of Bug types are also Poison type. And there's lots of pure Poison types. If you noticed, Team Rocket had a lot of Fighting and Poison type Pokemon. So if you have a Psychic Pokemon on your team, it's practically cheating. I almost chose a Psychic Pokemon over Onibee, but I backed out. I'll show you guys when we finally see that Pokemon. Bonus points if you guess. But basically, like, with all that, like, even though we're a higher level than every, you know, Pokemon in this gym, you've seen, we already have gotten taken out by a couple. Now, Ghastly, Gengar, Haunter, switch that, are not Psychic types, but they are, still really good because they have high special, and speed. So, like, that just goes to show that even if they didn't have that cheat of having such good stats, they have really... I mean, even if they didn't have the cheat of having such good resistances and of type effectiveness, Psychic Pokemon still, they have those good stats, so that even a Pokemon with, you know, relatively really bad, I mean, it's Poison type, basically, because the only thing the Ghost does for it, weak against Ghost moves, oh my, avoid Lick, you know, not a big deal, and resist it, and normal and fighting types don't hit it. Well, that's not that big of a deal later on in the game when you have a lot of normal... I mean, you have... almost every Pokemon has moves other than those. Besides, the Ghastly family has really poor defense, so you can just usually cut through it. But then, like, they're still really highly used, these Pokemon. Just showing that, you know, how unbalanced the special stat was, how good moves like Hypnosis that put the opponent to sleep are, even though these moves are, I mean, like Hypnosis, not very accurate. And guess what? It's a Psychic type move. Not that it matters, but you know, just to grind the nail into your head. Oh goody, that's Mr. Mime's specialty, is blocking moves like that. The thing is, one interesting is Mr. Mime was not named Mr. Mime. Well, obviously he wasn't named Mr. Mime in the Japanese, but was named, like, Mimian or something like that. And so the Mr. is just kind of a weird thing that the translators did, which gets really weird later on, because in the next game, they start giving Pokemon actual genders, so you can have a female Mr. Mime. In fact, someday, when I'm playing, I guess I'd play Crystal, you'll see a female Mr. Mime, and we will all laugh. And I'll be like, hey, remember that time when Rhinosaur was kicking Kadabras to the curb? When I was like, hey, you'll remember this time? Yeah, that's happening right now. That's what I'll say. I really hope that I do remember to do that. We're just gonna get through all the trainers in this gym, and then I'm gonna finish it. But yeah, so that's how this game is really broken. If you have a Pokemon like Alakazam, which is Kadabra's evolution, you're just going to kill everything pretty much instantly before they can even strike, usually with a critical hit, and with an insanely broken stat, with a move that nothing resists, except for other Psychic types. And, I mean, basically, the crux of the metagame for these, for Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, were get a Pokemon that can take out Alakazam, because after that, you only have half the threat to worry about. So you have Pokemon with really high attack, like for instance, Rhinosaur, who, like, really hope and pray that they can survive a hit from a Psychic type attack, and then, you know, destroy them in one move, because Rhinosaur, insanely high attack. Which is why, interestingly enough, like, nowadays, Rhyhorn and Rhydon, not good Pokemon. Like, nobody ever uses them. They even gave it another evolution so that it could be decent. But like, back in Red, Blue, and Yellow, as as is obvious, like, you guys have seen how useful Rhinosaur is, and it's because that's Sabrina, so we're gonna finish, but that's because, you know, like, as bad as it was, like, you needed Pokemon with high attack, because all the Pokemon with high special, they would resist special attacks too. So really, the only way to get through to them is their weak defenses, which is, you know, the main thing about Psychic Pokemon. Thankfully, in the next generation, they did some huge changes, and almost all of them were just to make Psychic less of less of the best type ever. So you'll see that when I start playing that game, I'll point those out. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.